And I'm like, that's weird because you got like a 3060. I'm using a 1080.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is that you're doing, but you got to be doing something wrong. Anyway, Skane turns around, tries his. His is completely unplayable on his HP. So I'm just like, he goes, that's it. He says, I'm putting away the HP. I'm going back to the CV1.
But that's
Which isn't really something you
this
want to do
is
after spending
because
£600.
of the update, isn't it? But surely you don't gauge and check these things.
Well, that's the thing. He said it's almost like they just sat there and looked at it, didn't even bother putting the headset on, and went, "Yep, we're good to go," and launch it.
Oh dear.
And or if they did put it in, they just checked to see if it worked on an Oculus CV1. It's like, "Yep, it's there on VR. Okay, we're good to go," and that's it. Completely, just I don't know.
Oh,
just
that is so
completely screwed
sad.
it.
That is so sad.
Yeah. So I turned around and I said to Skane, I said, stick with the CV1. Say, send back the HP, I said, and save up for a DOF motion sim.
All of that went over my head.
Oh, Bill. Oh, Bill.
The thing that
Hold on a
Capcom
sec.
sent you. Sorry, no, Bill
Yeah.
sent me the video.
Hey?
Of the
Yeah.
full motion simulator.
Oh yeah.
And I think Cap sat in the Model 3. There's a Model 6. The
Right.
Model 6 is like does lift and sway. Oh, dude, it is. Yeah,
Expensive.
it is.
But is it a case of buy that or buy your house?
No, but it is a case of buy that or buy myself a sports car,
Okay.
and I really don't need a sports car.
You can put
However,
yourself in a sim kit.
I mean, I could sit there and that, and the only thing is though is that I look at every one of these things though. A lot of it is to do with car racing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they do have it set up though where you can put like your flight stick on there and it does flight. So I'm trying to figure out, like I'm looking at the unit and I'm like, well, how do they get the stick mounted? Like it's like because I looked on the thing and there's nothing there to put your stick onto when they show you the actual piece. So I don't know how it's done. I'd like to, find out more information on it. But to sit there and to get the 6 degrees of freedom one would just be insane.
On that thing that I sent Laxor, the flight sim thing, something that occurred to me though, I'm sure it'd be really nice to do that, but I've got the same throttle and stick, but when I sit in their system, it's going to be different, isn't it? It's going to be set up differently. Must be.
You could probably take your config file.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then it'll work exactly the same. The pedals are going to be the same, obviously. And they set up the VR. Yeah, okay, yeah, it'll probably work. Mind you, it's still probably a stupid amount of money for something that's only going to make me feel sick that I haven't got forever. So it's probably just a frustration.
Well, I tell you, yeah. I mean, just the feel for me is like with that DOF, just the fact of like coming out of a dive and how like you don't feel it. Even in VR, you don't feel it, or even see it. But that bump that you get as it kind of catches the air, you know what I mean? It's like.
I think I know what you mean.
What's that?
I think I know what you mean. I think I can imagine what you're saying.
Yeah, like so when you come down that, you're in a shallow dive and you kind of squat the plane to level it, and you feel like you have the momentum that's still pushing you downward.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it catches, it kind of gives you a bit of a bump on your back and on your ass. and it just like that. Oof. Well, you don't catch that in VR, and you don't catch that even with the 3 degrees. But on a 6 degrees, you'll feel that. Along with
Oh, right.
like tail end sway and stuff like that.
How's that with your butt kickers and things as well?
Well, I have butt kickers as well. I've got like Dayton audio pucks. I don't have the butt kicker, but I have the Dayton audio pucks, which are pretty much what a butt kicker is.
Okay. Well, I know the only term I know, and I thought I heard it from you, was butt kicker. That's the only.
Yeah.
That's the only term I know. The other stuff, whoosh, straight over my head.
I think KK had the butt kicker, but Sheep R&B
KK
mentioned
was it?
the
Yeah, you're probably
Dayton,
right actually.
Dayton pucks. Yeah, because you were saying that the pucks are potentially a cheaper way of doing it because you're not basically buying a name brand, you're building your own.
Exactly. Like you're not buying the butt kicker name brand, you're building your own, and all it is just like tactile vibrators, and that you would hook up to an amplifier, and then plug it from your headphone line out into your amplifier, and then like you would a set of speakers.
Yeah.
Right, which is just Oh, crikey.
Are you hopping in to join us?
I'm gonna try. My VR headset for some reason turned off. I don't know why.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to restart my computer. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Right, Captain Matty, are you still there? Oh yeah, back soon, so still on, which I'll take it off, yeah. So I'm seeing Captain Matty. I'm also, according to this, seeing someone on Twitch and another person on YouTube. So if you'd like to say hello, that would really be nice. It could have. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh. Oh no, that's really confusing because it shows I've got no viewers and I'm not streaming. I'm offline to Twitch. Now that seems totally wrong. Folks, if you wouldn't mind, if you can just give me a hi, if you could give me a hi so I know who's where, that would be really useful. Because according to Restream, I've got no one watching, and according to Restream chat, I've got 2 people watching. Help me here, folks. Help me. According to Restream and according to Restream chat, I've got 2 people watching on YouTube. Okay. If you could give me a hi, that would be good. I know Captain Matty, I suppose, must be one. I know Gaz must have gone. I think Captain Matty must be gone as well, because I'm not getting a response on that. So Captain, if you're there, I will explain a little bit about FS2020. Okay, well, I'm guessing Captain Matty's not there, so I'm thinking that Captain Matty and whoever else was there must have changed to a different couple of viewers who are less inclined to put stuff in the chat, which is fine. That's fine. I'm just going to take off then. Well, start up first and then take off. This is crazy. The drone of the engine just makes me want to go to sleep. Oh my gosh, never mind. The trouble with track IR with the track clip pipe was it's so easy to knock it and completely throw it out. But if this is my taxi, and I hate to think what's going to happen when I take off. This might be my last take off for the night. Right, okay, well, as there's not a lot of communication on my stream, I'm going to switch back, undeafen myself on Discord, so we'll get the other guys talking.
Together with it, because I remember when we first got it, it was so badly optimized. There was a notable performance drop switching between Corsica's and Normandy, and it's like, well, it's not really playable. So we didn't really go back to it. I would like to set it up so maybe we rotate between the two. But I need to think about what I want to put on that particular mission.
Right.
The Caucasus map is definitely easier to run, but I think the Normandy map, I think it's running better for me now than it used to.
Right.
Well, here's my thing with the Normandy map. Is it with the Normandy map? Do you get like all the beaches that they landed on, like Juno,
Yeah,
Charlie, and all that? Yeah.
yeah. And you also get, and this is the thing that affects the performance, you also get all the bocage, which is all those like hedgerows, like loads of them, and that's what made the actual job in reality so difficult. But it also means that the game has to render a lot, and that has been a bit of a performance issue in the past. But I feel as though that's improved. You know, it's not as good as not as good as the Caucasus, but it is. I think it is improved. I think.
See, I want like I bought the Normandy map. I haven't even used it.
That's
And that's the thing is that, yeah, and I want to get onto it, but most of the time when I fly DCS, and everybody's always flying Corsicas, so I just sit there and fly Corsicas. But yeah, I mean, it would be really interesting to see if you could actually probably bog down like crazy, but see if they have battleships that you could put on there and kind of do the D-Day invasion.
Why not try the bomber mission? I was just doing twice today. I've done the bomber mission where I'm escorting bombers across the channel from England to France, and so you're still using that map, but it's not actually it hasn't got all the bocage in detail because you don't get that far. But it means that you can use the map. It's just that it's worth a try. I found it good fun. On each occasion I did manage to engage a 190, and certainly on the first occasion I eventually shot it down, but it took a hell of a lot. And of course a lot of it is just flying, isn't it? That's the thing. So from a streaming point of view, from the viewer's point of view, they might just find that boring because it's not really exciting with loads of dogfighting. The dogfighting doesn't turn up until the bombers get to their objective, and then it becomes more exciting. But I enjoyed it. I did it a couple of times tonight, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so a lot of it's just flying, just constant flying.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also the chatter. You know, you're being told that you can start your engine, and you're taking off from a different point. It makes a change. I think as much as anything else, it makes a change, and that's probably good too.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready to go again. I think so. I'm shutting up.
Yeah, you should see it, man. I came home. I saw you on some came your channel and just sat there and literally 10 seconds. And I was like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess the 8 pints of Guinness didn't help. Yeah.
I can hear you guys chatting, but because of my levels, I couldn't hear what you were saying. But I bet you weren't watching that one, Sheep. That was a better takeoff than the first one. That was, I found that a very acceptable takeoff.
Oh, very good. No, we were sitting there and we were talking about how the 8 pints of Guinness that I drank and that when I was working didn't help.
Oh, right. I've had a pint of Guinness for yonks, maybe longer.
Oh, well, we get something over here that is what I'm thinking of. It resembles Guinness. Is truly it is not Guinness. I mean, I think it's actually made by a Canadian. But the stuff that we get in the kegs does come from Ireland. However, Guinness doesn't travel well.
Oh, apparently not.
No.
I've got to turn your volume up, mate. Oh, damn it, those guys are shooting
Here,
at me and they're hitting me.
Oof. Yeah, no. Guinness tends to water down, and it's funny that because one of my supervisors is actually from is from Ireland, from Southern Ireland. That we were talking about it.
Oh, right.
And he goes, yeah. He goes, Guinness doesn't travel well, and that is really like watery here compared. And I said, yeah. I said, I know what you mean. I said it loses some of its flavor and its bitterness.
Yeah, I can well imagine that to be true, yeah. When
Which is a shame.
When my brother went over to Ireland, and why am I crashing? Why is this all over the place? This aircraft is... Oh, because they hit me. I forgot they hit me. They damaged me. I might not survive this. Anyway, when my brother went to Ireland, he went into a pub and of course asked for a pint of Guinness, and they sort of poured half of it and then moved to the other tap, and my brother said, oh, has that one just run out then? And he said, oh no sir. He said, we don't take a full pint from the same barrel, we always do it half and then another half and another barrel. So there's a method of even pouring it, even over there.
Yep.
Oh, this is bad news. I don't know what they hit, but I'm all over them.
Well, Laxar, I can hear that Harrier as I'm spawning in.
On a different server, no doubt.
They're going to be flying sheep.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what button it is that I use to center my view.
Welcome back, Undead.
I get interrupted from bullshit for more bullshit, so yeah.
Oh dear. Broke it. Don't know what they hit, but it must. I think it must have been the elevator cable or something. Oh, I'm looking at the time, and I know that the next time I taxi in a spit, I will drop off before I get to the airfield, to the runway. Does it? Is it just me? I mean, it really does. I mean, it really does. It's like white noise at the right time. I'm taxiing in a spit, and if I'm just that little bit tired, it would just pull me straight off. The eyelids are falling, and I'm really not in the best position to take off or even taxi. So I'm thinking I might fold there, chaps, and perhaps catch it tomorrow night.
Okie dokie, sir.
Enjoy.
Okay, take care all. Night night. See you
Night.
again. Okay, and for the sake of my stream, anyone that's still on it, I am very, very noddy, so I'm going to have to turn in. Catch you again another time. Thanks for being here. Good night, TTFN.